Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching this. I wanted to tell you this is a little time sensitive. Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. My partner steps aside, as he always does, and lets an energy come in that he is now very used to. Uncertain of what that energy will say, but certain that it's pure, accurate, true, loving, compassionate, benevolent, and part of a greater system that is partially hidden to the human beings who listen. And the partially hidden part in the past has always been the fear part. Anything that hides must be bad, according to old human nature. Why hide it if it wasn't trouble, they say. And the human beings who feel that way have missed it completely. Why do you wrap presents, put them under the tree in this culture for your children? Are they going to open it and find a snake? You have something for them that is beyond what they know, and at the right time it is presented. And until then it hides. And this is very similar, dear ones. And in the old energy, the hidden things were because you hadn't got to a place where you even knew they were available. And now in this energy, they're yours. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more tonight. But in this system, if you want to call it, there is a grandness of discovery that for some of you is not so grand, because you really haven't let yourself see it. You've covered yourself with a cloak that is humanism. The one you were born with, the one your parents told you was there, the ones that the circumstances in your life have created that you accepted, the ones that you talk about. Not understanding that it is a shell that you can break through anytime you want. And start to understand the potentials of what really is there. As you walk through life, all manner of things are brought to you that become challenges because they are not the things you expected, or they interrupt the flow, or they create sorrow. There are frustrations for all those who are humans. And that is because you live together with free choice. Anyone can go whatever direction that they wish. And if they don't even know that, they will go a direction that their body will go. And in that, of course, there will be confusion, unexpected things that take place, sorrowful things, joyful things, benevolent things. It's a mixture, isn't it? As my partner says, some believe they walk around rolling the dice. What will it be today? How will it be tomorrow? And that is like saying, I'm not in control at all. And the dice I have in my hand that I'm about to roll creates chance. And that's what I'm going to get because I'm not in control. Others will say, I admit I'm not in control, but therefore I can call on the divine and it's in control. So I'll get help from the outside. The thought of that works for many, but it's still not accurate, not fully accurate at all. The truth is this: inside you is the ability to break the wall completely and see, perhaps for the first time, a new system. And it is new. Since 2012, it is more available than ever before. The last channeling we gave before this one, very last one, was about your DNA and what has taken place with it. It talks about something that we rarely speak of. The fact that the human being is starting to develop a consciousness through its DNA that is multidimensional. You have been linear in your thinking, in your expectations, in all the things that you have, even spiritually. You have been so linear for generations and generations, thousands of years. And suddenly, there is a shift. And the shift isn't just in the energy of this planet or the magnetics or in the consciousness. The shift, truly, is that humanity itself is starting to gather an energy it never even knew it had. The way you think is becoming different. What would it be for a human being to have multidimensional consciousness? And the answer is multi-layered, for it starts in one area, it goes to another and graduates to another. When you start becoming a multidimensional thinker, you think out of all of the paradigms that you were ever given. Tonight I'm going to tell you about a library. It's a metaphor for something else. And this is going to show you the power, truly, that is inside each one of you. What if you're not what you thought? If you could throw away all the paradigms that you were given, what would they be? How about the paradigms of aging? What about the paradigms of health? What about the paradigms of what the doctors tell you? What about the paradigms of the scientists who tell you how things happened on the planet? What about what you learned in the textbooks in school of who you are and how you got here? What if I told you that every single thing I just spoke of, you learned incorrectly? And you learned them incorrectly because it's the best you had. It's where human nature and the mind, even of a brilliant scientist, will go. In an old energy that has nothing more than linear thought, linear evidence. And suddenly you don't. You're going to have something open up that even goes beyond time itself. If that's true, Kryon, what is the first thing that we could then do? Show us the staircase we need, one at a time. Dear ones, if you become multidimensional, there can be no more stairs. For becoming multidimensional, even a little, is something that requires you to see the stairs as one object, and you go in both directions, sometimes even sideways, in order to think out of this box of linearity. But I'll tell you the one thing that would help the most is to rewind for a moment, as much as you can, to the happiest time in your life. Some of you were children for that time, others were not. And no matter what has happened in the interim, that you would capture that for a moment and put it right back where it belongs on you today. And you would say, I can't do that, too much has happened. There's too much water under the bridge, Kryon. And I would say to you, oh dear ones, how linear you are with your water. Under the bridge, going from one area to another, aging, climbing that ladder of disappointment and frustration and sorrow that so many of you just have so much of. And we'd say instead, there is something special for the rest of your life, if you want it. And that specialness has to come from you peeling that onion of awareness. The onion is old. Been in the refrigerator too long. And you're going to start peeling it. And in that you will then see that there is more. And in the process there will be some tears while you peel the onion. But I'll tell you what happens as you peel it. you start revealing truth. And the truth you see is not what you tried before that didn't work. The truth is not what you expect. And the first thing you'll start to feel is peacefulness. You might wake up in the morning and say, something has happened, I feel too good today. With all the things around me that have happened, or all that's going to happen, or what I have to do, or what I think might happen, I feel pretty good. And you'll start understanding and realizing what's real and what is not in your life. I was asked a question just a couple of days ago in Channel. What are people going to do with the circumstances of their life? How are you going to feel good when you have all these things, these circumstances? And my answer was, the circumstances are what the humans have created. Get rid of the circumstances. That's what you did. What's your reaction to it? How are you feeling? Are you depressed? Do you fear it? Do you think it's coming back? What's the frustration? And all of those words I just gave you are humans reacting to what is around them. So circumstances are what humans create. There's not the reality that is around you. What if you took what is around you and reshaped it and reframed it? I know this is not something I want. This is frustrating. I have a team with me that is divine because I have a soul and a multidimensional self which is beyond any of this. I will not be frustrated and add to this, which will then eventually age me. I will not accept anger in this because all things happen for reasons that I don't know. I will hook to that which is divine and be thankful for every day. My chemistry will change because of it, and I will last a lot longer than my doctor said I would last. My chemistry will chase away the diseases that want to attach to me because I worry, because I'm afraid, because I don't have that which is the child anymore. That takes courage. It takes courage to say it, to believe it. And there will be those who leave the room and say, well, that's Pollyanna thinking. If you think something, Kryon says, well, you're going to get it. Why don't you give it a shot and find out if what you expect and what you think and what you cognize and believe might actually change the circumstances around you. Dear ones, you're entering a phase of humanity that is new and different. And some are starting to feel. They're waking up and saying, something has changed. I feel too good. I'm having a good day and I didn't think I would. Perhaps I should change my expectations. It seems that if I expect a good day, I'm getting a lot more of them. It seems that I'm not fearing as much. I'm not disappointed as much. I'm not frustrated as much. Some of the same things are happening with every day. And the same people are in my life doing the same things. And somehow it's bouncing off me. And somehow I know that I am beyond all of it. And my reactions have become more benevolent and understanding and compassionate. That, my dear human being, is becoming multidimensional. For in that multidimensionality is a buzzword you're going to hear more about than ever before. The confluence of compassion. More than coincidence. You have coherence. Coherence of thought that matches the Creator. As you become multidimensional, you start to bring on the aspects of the divine within you. The coherence is with the other side of the veil, finally. Without ever having to go to a reader, a minister, a priest, anyone that is outside of yourself. And instead, you feel it, and the connection is there, and you don't want to let go of it. And it's not going away by itself as long as you keep peeling the onion and expecting the benevolence of God inside you. This is the truth. And the masters all over the planet have given you the same information. But now, you're the master. You're the one who can sit at your own feet. You're your own ancestor. You're awakening on your own. This is the challenge for those coming from the old to the new. Let it be so this day, that there are changes within, seeds being planted of potentials for a longer and grander life than you ever expected you'd have, no matter how old you are. I'll be back. And so it is. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching this. I wanted to tell you this is a little time sensitive.